Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of WINOS, Women in Need of Sanity. I am your host, Gina Myers-Collins, and today I have two very special guests, and we will be talking about modern love, no BS, no filters, no sanity. Okay, so I want to do my introductions really quick. First up, we have Miss Sheena Felder. Sheena is a certified dating and relationship coach, a successful entrepreneur, and a powerhouse mom who knows the ins and outs of modern love. She's here to give us the real, no bullshit insights on dating, relationships, and why finding or keeping, because when you find it, you need to keep it. Love is in today's world can feel like an Olympic sport. Welcome, Sheena.
Thank you for having me.
So glad you're here.
Thank you. Me too.
Next up, we have the fabulous Arica Rouse. Arica is the owner of Side by Side Planning, where she brings events to life with expert planning, coordination, and personal assistance services tailored to fit any unique need. She's also part of the powerhouse team bringing Le Diner and Blanc to Buffalo. So if you love a well-created, curated experience, she's the one to call. But today, she's here to talk about something a little less coordinated. The absolute cesspool that is modern dating. From red flags to dating disasters, Arica is bringing her unfiltered take on what's it's really like out here. Welcome, Arica.
Thank you for having me.
And I can't wait for Le Dinner and Blanc. I can't wait.
Yes.
So, I got one quick icebreaker question for y'all. What's one thing about dating today that drives you absolutely insane, Arica?
Everything.
Everything is a lot of things. It's not one thing.
So, everything, but I cannot answer one more. How was your day? How's your day going? Like, how many times are you going to ask me that? That is really a nuance of mine. Find something else to ask me. So,
you know what? Mine is the what are you doing? The what are you doing text.
So you mean, well, okay, I'm sorry.
The what are you doing?
You mean WYD.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They don't ask what you
WYD text.
Let me be very clear.
Yes.
When I look at that, I don't see what are you doing, because it's not what are you doing. It's what you do. That's what when I look at that, I say, what you do. I hate it. And when I get it from anybody, not just a man, I hate,
But then
that's a whole nother podcast.
My thing is when you answer though, if you take the time to answer.
I don't.
But listen, so you say I'm whatever, and then you don't hear anything back, or the text continue. If you asking me what I'm doing, you better be asking with a purpose. Like, okay, so I'm not doing anything. Well, I need you to be ready at.
Yes.
I want to see you do. You know what I'm saying? I need a follow up to an action, because otherwise you just being nosy. Why you want to know what I'm doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Or just filling space. Maybe you're bored. That's how I feel.
Right.
When I get that text.
Right.
You have nothing else to do.
Nothing. Nothing better to do. Now, Sheena, I know that you're in a committed relationship, but you have been out here dating and stuff. So what?
In these streets.
In these streets.
Mm-hmm.
So what's one thing about dating that just drives you insane?
The lack of self-awareness. It's never you, it's always them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Always. It's always them. Oh, I don't understand, because he's doing this and he's doing that and he's doing this. What are you accepting?
People are only going to do what you allow them to do.
What are the boundaries?
Yes.
And did you state that you don't like WYD?
All the time.
All the time.
And they be like, what do you mean?
Is that a prerequisite? Like, let's talk about this. I don't like that, and this is why. Can you ask me some questions that are relative to helping me relieve my day, or really engaging and what I got going on?
Or the beginning stages, learning something about me.
Yes.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Yes. You know what? As a sidebar, I believe in the beginning stages, you should do more conversations on the phone versus texting.
Me too. Okay, we're going to put a pin on
Look, Arica.
Yes, you don't want to talk to nobody on the phone? I don't like your face right now. Would you prefer to text and then face to face as opposed to talking on the phone? Or you just, okay. So you just want to go, hey, what you doing? Let's go meet, and we going to talk face to face, instead of, hey, what you doing? And then you going to call and keep me on the phone for an hour?
Talking about nothing.
Girl, you got to get
or asking me, or asking me like, The weirdest questions.
Okay, see, we're gonna put a pin in that too. Because
Okay,
after
please.
talking about that insanity, we're gonna transition to our wine tasting.
Yes, let's
Wine,
get
Okay.
it.
So today we are tasting Kim Crawford's rosé. Okay.
Come on, Kim.
So Kim Crawford has a bunch of different wines. She has like Chardonnay and stuff like that. Now I am a rosé drinker. Like rosé is my favorite. And with the weather breaking, well, for today,
But today.
with the weather breaking and stuff, rosé is a very big wine to drink in the summertime. I have not had this rosé, and it's from New Zealand. So a lot of times stuff from New Zealand is like citrusy and grapefruity. That's how it is, like they Sauvignon Blancs and stuff. So I'm wondering if this is going to be citrusy as well in the rosé. I know you had a glass over there, but this one was closer.
Okay, girl.
Not that we was pre-gaming or anything.
We ain't gonna say nothing.
We're not gonna say nothing. Okay.
Thank you very much.
And rosé is very good in the summertime because it's usually light and airy, and it goes with like seafood. I like it with popcorn.
Are we cheersing? Or?
Yes, we are
Okay.
cheersing.
Yes,
Oh my
ma'am.
goodness, we are cheersing. So
Yes.
cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
Okay.
Oh, that's
I
cute.
like it.
That
Very
is
much
good.
so.
That's real cute. Kim hasn't done me wrong yet, so.
Okay.
It's not it's not citrusy like wines from New Zealand usually are. It's not grapefruity. It's very light.
It is very
This
refreshing.
would be, I got to put this on my summer list because this is going to be really good in the summertime. So I usually do the wine on a scale of 1 to 5. So 1 to 5, Arica.
Oh, 5.
5?
Uh-huh.
Miss Sheena. Just let her take another sip.
Not
Swish it
another
around.
one.
Wait, roll it, swish it, smell it. Not the
I say 3.
a 3. I like it. I'm gonna give it like a 3.5. I would break this out, and it's moderately priced. I got that from Global Wines and Liquors on Sheridan, Harlem, and I think it was $10.99 or something like that. So it's not very expensive.
Oh, interesting.
I don't
Yeah,
really
it's not
drink a
gift.
lot of expensive wine.
See, your Sauvignon Blanc is like $25.
A good one is, and you know what?
Hers, the Kim Crawford.
Her Sauvignon Blanc
yeah.
is? Okay. This one wasn't that expensive. So she must be, I don't know if she's skimping us on the rosé or what, does she?
It's cute.
It's cute,
It is
though.
cute.
I like
it.
it.
Is.
Yeah,
I like
it's
it
nice.
too.
What's the
Okay.
percentage on it?
7, I think. I already saw it. I think it was 7.
Did you look that up?
Yep,
When she asked for the
7%. No, I saw it. I be-
7%
Listen, first of all,
alcohol
you know it's the
content.
bartender and me like 7%. That's what she asked.
All right.
So that's why it's so light.
That's
Thank
because
you.
it's 7%. If it
Mhm.
had more alcohol in it, it would be give that in the back.
Mhm.
Yep.
Hit the throat.
You know what? So we're gonna transition into the reality of modern dating, and
Mhm.
like you just mentioned not too long ago, talking on the phone, is old school. So there is different old school, new school, modern dating, stuff like that. So when we're talking about modern dating, a lot of times we're talking about dating apps and the digital shift. So are dating apps helping or hurting modern love? What do you think, Sheena?
I would say it's helping, but there is a hindrance, right? So it takes away the natural, the thrill of the seek for men.
I saw you from across the crowded room.
What men call the natural attraction, right? Because you're not you're not sitting there and they can't walk up to you and say, "Hey, beautiful, how you doing today?" You know. But then for women, it's like, I want to see how he interacts at the bar. I want to see his aura. You know, all of the things. So I feel like it takes away from the natural chemistry that could be had or not had. And you have to have a phone conversation before you even meet this person in person. Excuse me. But at the same time, with the way that the government is taking over our lives, and we work 9 to 5, and then we have to come home, and then if you live in an area where it's wintertime, at least 3 to 5 months out of the year, and you don't want to go outside, right? So it's kind of like it's a convenience. If you are a lawyer or have a job that is very demanding, it cuts back on being present, right? But at the same time, I do find that people do find love. I feel like a lot of people who are busy or don't have the regular outlets that they, some cities have. If we're talking about our city, you have a lot of people who are from different cities who are here and may not know the spots to go out to. So you have people that are here that you may not run into, right? So it's healthy, it's good, but then I also have a lot of friends that were just like, girl, like I had to give me a private investigator because there was a lot of situations, you know, on the dating apps, because you do have married men on there. Let's keep it funky. You have men who are in relationships. It is a lot of sex-seeking individuals who are on there, and they're not really there to find love.
It gives people, it's convenient.
Yes.
It's convenient for the busy person, but it's also convenient for the predator. So it's twofold there. What do you think, Arica?
I think I agree with you both. And what I've come to find in the spirit of inclusivity, because my work hat's always on, unfortunately, when you say it's a hindrance, some people literally cannot socialize, right? Because of whatever their mental health challenges are. And so I think online dating could be like more of a savior for them, because they don't have to deal with the rejection per se.
Correct.
As much as being in the club, you know, and walking up to somebody and being like, you know.
A lot of people are social anxiety too.
1,000%. And it shows in the conversation, right? And I understand that there are challenges when you're getting to know someone, when it kind of creeps up, you know, that awkwardness. For just meeting someone, it can be a little off-putting in certain situations. I really have a love-hate relationship with online dating, to be completely honest, for all of the reasons that everyone said. So I don't know if it's hurting or helping. I hear wonderful success stories, right? And the stories that I hear are beyond beautiful, right? They're unexpected, and they turn out to be these beautiful marriages and either blended families, or they create their own together. And I think that's what I go into it for, right? This kind of hope. Thinking that because I'm being transparent and saying I want a relationship, that they're doing the same thing.
Correct.
So yes. And I feel that I'm allowed to have that intention loudly online dating, not in person, if that makes sense.
Yes. And I guess I consider myself to be a little old school. I guess I'm not a modern dater. So
and that's cool.
Yeah, the online dating, I don't know. It just didn't feel, it was comical to me, first and foremost. Like, I think that you put your profile out there, and when you have your certain parameters, if I say that I'm looking for a 6 foot tall, something, and everybody that's trying to, you know, hurt me or something is 5'6". Well, first of all, you telling me you don't know how to follow directions,
or they don't know how to read,
or you don't know, right? So that's a red flag to me right away. Is that what I specifically say? If you don't know how to pronounce charcuterie, or if you're under 6 feet, don't bother. And here we get these people, and they write you and I need a decoder ring to figure out what they're saying.
Can I say this to you? But in the culture of women saying something and doing another thing, it lends a hand to what's going on. So it's not a direct reflection of you per se, but women say all the time, "Oh, I want a man to do this," or "I want a relationship," but then they settle for something else.
So they like, let me just
try,
right?
Because why not? Like she might say
I'm 5'2",
right? She said 6 foot, but I'm 5'2", so I'm only like, listen. I believe in myself.
I'm literally 5'10". So
I believe in myself.
What I'm 5'10" in my bare stocking feet. You know what I'm saying? So what am I gonna? My preference at my age is I want what I want. And somebody was trying to, a male, of course, was like, well, what if you get somebody who, you know, he's a really good dude and he 5'7" and da-da-da-da. And I kept looking at him and I kept saying, I want what I want. Am I going to hold out for it? Yeah, because I think I deserve to get what I want.
And I agree with you.
I love that.
I agree with you.
But I'm single at 41, and I know that might not seem like a lot to people, but I'm not saying that I'm have settled per se. However, I have compromised.
We all have, though.
Yeah.
We all
so
have.
I totally understand what you're saying, but there are some things that I just like.
You have your hard nose.
Definitely my hard nose.
Yeah,
Definitely
you have your hard nose. Like, listen, bro.
And those come from
That
experience.
5'2" is definitely a hard no for you.
Super hard.
Absolutely.
Kryptonite hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no. So, but the thing about it is,
what he gonna do with you at 5'2"? You know what I mean? Like,
what are you gonna do? You gonna hold my
and
thigh?
people,
Hold my thigh.
listen.
Thank you.
And people always tell me, at being 5'10", why do I wear heels? Because I can.
That's because it's your business,
Right? Like,
because they're trying to limit you.
Right?
They're
You
trying to
already
limit you.
tall enough. Why are you wearing heels? Because that's my choice.
And first of all, because I'm a lady, and back in the day, they used to say ladies wear heels, right?
Honey,
so why can't I?
red
at
lips and
5'10"
heels?
Listen, honey, why can't I be a lady?
Why?
They trying to put you in a box.
What is wrong with people? Why do you even care whether I wear heels or not? Like, to think it and then to say it, two different things.
But then,
like,
to me, most of the people, if I get to know that person, they have some form of insecurity
For
on
sure.
something.
Or
they're
love to
intimidated
project.
or
Yes.
something,
and they kind of admire it, right?
right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And like, so just like my two previous guests that we had, like, Stessa always says, Gina walks into a room with her heels on and she don't care about nothing. She wear her head high. You just exude this confidence. And I'm like, do I really? And I never really realized that until somebody brought it to my attention, because I'm just being me.
Yeah.
That's just who I am.
Yep.
So, but I think that with the dating apps and stuff, I think it takes a paradox of choice. Like, I think it's like a lot too, I don't know if it's too many choices or
that's a good one.
do you get too many options and you get lost?
You got to narrow that thing down.
Right. It's like, do you get lost in the serial dating, or, you know what I'm saying? Does the, it seems
it's
like
it's a smorgasbord. Is
yeah,
that how you say it?
a smorgasbord.
Smorgasbord.
Yeah. So it seems like it I don't know.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's definitely a lot. I think that, listen, I personally have never done it. Well, no, I tried it. And so I'm Greek. So I did try this dating app for the W.I.N.O Greek.
Oh,
Yeah, it was really
it's a
cute.
dating
So
app
I was
for
like,
that?
let me try it, girl. Yes. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it was just like, I feel like the people that was on it like tried it as a last resort, and it was just like they weren't taking it seriously. So it just kind of like was what it was. Like you would like heart something or something, and people just wasn't getting back. So you really never knew if it was a connection. Girl, right? So, but I like I said, I feel like people was just like, let me just try it, see what happens. But yeah, that was like, I tried it. I came, I saw, I moved on.
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, a lot of people have said that. Like this, so it's twofold. You see the success stories, and then sometimes you see the horror stories.
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, with modern dating comes, the talking stage and the ghosting culture. Now, my thing is this. Why do people ghost? Like, why? And is it really avoidable? And my thing is this, like,
No,
it's not avoidable. But you know what? It's like, you can get back material things, you can replace stuff, but one thing you can never replace is time. So that's one of my biggest pet peeves, is to waste my time.
So I completely understand that and agree. But what happens with the culture of social media, right? And the reach that we did not have previously, right? What prevents somebody from saying, doing, and speaking things that may not necessarily be true, or ghosting you? Because how are you going to find them?
True indeed. Or the catfishing.
That is a whole nother thing.
I've never been catfished.
By the grace of God.
Neither.
Like, so, but who stops that?
Right.
Who's policing this?
Nobody.
There are no boundaries.
No.
There's no redlining, no tape, no nothing like, okay, we're going to stop at this point. Like, everything is free range, right? So, yes, if I don't have to show up and verbally tell this person, I'm not feeling you, or maybe we should go in different paths, ghosting you is next on the list. Because I'm not man or woman enough to articulate to you that I'm not feeling you, and maybe we should, do different things.
What you think?
I'm a ghoster.
Ooh.
Reformed.
You better be a reformed ghoster.
So I'm a ghoster.
You better reform that ghost. Why did you use the ghost, girl?
I've been delivered.
Yes,
And
amen.
so
The ghosts have been resurrected.
Yes, amen. And so I will ghost you for anything. It could be the smallest of things. And then I realized that people, may internalize that and all those things. A lot of epiphanies came to me one day. So I have really just been communicating what I don't like, very bluntly, but still kind of considerate because the male ego is fragile and all that, right? And so, all that to say, no, ghosting is not avoidable because people are going to do what they're going to do. I was ghosted, and I was like, what? I felt like it was my karma, but even with that, like, I found out he had a situation. So it wasn't like something I did, which I thought it was something I had done, but it wasn't. And so once that happened to me, I was like, yeah, I'm doing a good thing by communicating because I internalized that for a long time. Like, what did I do? What did I say?
Right.
And so, unfortunately, until somebody gets delivered, they gonna ghost you.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. Is like you said, to me, it's and maybe because I am seasoned or whatever, I just don't. I think it's rude. Like, don't be rude. Like,
I don't deny that.
And the thing is, with the modern stuff, with technology and stuff, you can hide behind that a lot.
You can.
And people they become cowards. Like, say it with your chest. If you, like, it's such an easy out. It makes it so convenient. As convenient as it is for somebody who's busy to be able to get on a dating app, the convenience is there to be able to just ghost somebody and kick them to the curb.
Yes.
And I really aged myself by saying kick it to the curb, but whatever.
It's all good.
That's
girl.
all right.
It's all good.
It's all right. So let's talk about expectations versus reality. What do people expect versus what actually happens in today's dating scene?
Oh, God.
Ooh, child.
So I love the read my mind. Honey, he should know what I want. How? How? You never explicitly said, this is what I like. Women are very good for, and no shade, Arica, telling you all the things they don't like. But never once do you open your mouth to say what you actually do like.
You know what?
I do, but I do that.
Look at you excited.
I
You
do.
doing that?
No, I do.
Yeah.
I really do. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Too.
Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
No, go ahead.
But it takes growth to actually do that.
Yeah.
Because you have to be, can we talk about that self-love piece? That you actually have to do in order to actually find out what it is that you do like.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Because a lot of people don't know.
They don't know.
So let's circle back a little bit. A lot of, I will say, women will like whatever they man like. They will.
I hate that bad.
No,
I ain't even gonna hold you.
But I'm not.
No, you're very right.
Where's the lie?
You remember the movie with Julia Roberts, Runaway Bride?
Yes.
Y'all remember that movie?
Yeah, and she didn't know anything.
That?
Yes.
She knew nothing about herself.
She did.
She ate the eggs that the men ate.
Yeah.
Right? And so when he sat down, the reporter was like, well, what do you like? And she had to literally sit down and like taste all the eggs to figure out which one she liked. That was like a classic example to me that women legit don't know. So it's like we've been taught for so long that, you're supposed to get married, you're supposed to be with somebody, relationships are everything, but they never taught us the key to having a relationship or getting one, right?
Yes.
Even in the church, if we're going to be very blunt, right? They tell you, a marriage is sacred and you're supposed to wait to have sex and all of the things, but how do I get to this point?
Right.
Can you give me the tools?
And
you telling me how to live in this house, but you never told me how to pay these bills.
And I need somebody to show me Adam and Eve's marriage certificate because...
Ooh, that was a good, right? Wasn't that good?
Because I'm going to tell you, if we going to take it to the church into biblical terms, Adam and Eve were the first people on earth. How did we all get, who performed the wedding? Where's the,
hello?
Where's
that was Arica, that was good, right? Come on, Gina.
During this Lenten season, let me eat a fish fry, but I can't have premarital sex. Like,
ridiculous.
girl, I can't eat meat on Friday, but
That's
you know,
that's
I'm
a whole
out
nother
here.
That's a whole,
podcast.
yes,
That's a
yes, that's a
girl.
whole nother.
As a matter of fact, I just was talking to somebody the other day about love and the church and stuff. That's gonna be a podcast.
No, it
So,
should
No,
be.
it
it
absolutely
is.
should
I
be.
could do like a couple of segments.
No,
on
for
that.
real. It could be
But-
1, 2, and 3.
Right, but just for you bringing that up, that you know what I'm saying. I just had to throw that out there.
Understood.
So
I love it.
So Arica,
Yes.
in your experience, how do you recognize when someone's serious versus just playing around? Not that she started, but
She almost choked on her B.I.N.O, girl.
well, obviously she not serious. I mean, no, seriously, how do you know? How
That
do
is
you
a
tell
good
when
question,
somebody is
Arica.
serious and when somebody is just playing?
It's a really good question.
You really don't know.
That's a fact.
Because they can do all the things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take you all the places
Mm-hmm.
and give you all the things,
Mm-hmm. Pay all the
And
attention.
pay all the attention,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and all the
Mm-hmm.
other
Mm-hmm.
pleasures.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And then
whatever happens, you
Right.
know, or whatever, you know, okay, so let me rewind.
Okay.
So someone told me, a male told me that women look at a situation like, you know, a man, he did this, this, and this, and that. All of this. And he don't even like me, or he didn't even follow through, or he didn't even call me back after we, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He said, but y'all got to look at it as we're hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Of course we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Of course we're going to do that. And in some cases, the more you say you like stuff, and
Mhm.
I'm not saying because I do that, but the more you say you like, he going to keep doing to get what he wants, and
That's
then
a
that's
fact.
it, right?
That's
Yeah.
a fact.
And so
Yeah.
with that being said, it's kind of hard to tell because you state your intentions, you know, you tell them
Mhm.
what you want. They say they want the same thing, you know,
Mhm.
they want to be exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to see anyone else. They're only interested in you. Oh, you
Mhm.
fascinate them. I'm having a flashback. Oh, you
Mhm.
fascinate them.
Because you go in detail, like
All
you
of
getting it,
these
girl.
things.
We
Yeah.
unpack it. Unpack
Yeah.
it. Bring
And
it.
then it's like,
What happened?
what
What
just
happened?
happened?
Can I say this?
Yeah.
So the funny thing is, because I use my own personal dating experiences as research.
Mhm.
So when you do those things, men are also collecting their data
For sure.
to get what they want, like you
sure,
said,
like you said.
right?
Yeah.
So so let me do this, and honestly, they will literally go to the point. And this is my personal opinion. This is not a fact. This is my opinion. They will go to the ends of the earth and back if it means they're gonna get what they want and
1,000%.
move on.
And that's what he was
Right?
saying. They're gonna
And
do
so
what they need to do.
Right.
They're gonna
get what
do
they
it.
need to
But
get.
see, the thing
Period.
is, women don't hold what they want. What the man is trying to achieve, we don't hold that. See, we're in the culture of I'm a woman, I need to get mines too. But the reality is, I'm not even gonna hold you. My personal opinion is,
Mhm.
if you want to go and do you and have a situation with the man that you know you having a situation with.
1,000%.
But then when you are dating,
Mhm.
so that you're not tripping up and having situations, you'll find out who that man is way quicker by holding back
Yes.
those
Yep. Yep.
and then because you like, oh well, what do I have to go off of, because I'm not getting anything in addition, right,
Right.
to what I'm trying to get. So when you do that, it comes up a whole lot quicker because you can only pretend for so long.
You can fake it till you make it.
Listen,
I
honey,
hate that term.
Well,
and I
here's the
hate
thing,
it.
but it's very
and
real.
It is.
This is a very transparent statement here up on the podcast. Typically,
Mm-hmm,
if I like someone,
mm-hmm,
which isn't very often, I'll be very transparent. That's my own stuff.
mm-hmm,
When I really like someone,
mm-hmm.
when I really see this going somewhere, I'm not having sex.
As you should.
I'm holding it, right?
Yeah.
For however long. Now, that's different when I see what I like and I
Okay,
know what I
see.
want. You know what I'm saying?
But see,
it's
that
totally
goes,
different.
but that also goes back to what you first said, and that's what the part that you're not realizing. If you state that you're looking for this, and then you go back on that because you see what you like, then in a man's mind, it's like, well, it's only a matter of time that I'm gonna get what I want. So let me
now
just
I'm gonna play
play this
devil's
game.
advocate
But you
on that
saying
one.
what? Because that's not with the same person.
No,
You
I'm
get what I'm
saying,
saying?
so, but what I'm saying to you is, if I'm, let's say, if you have a situation with a man, and you like, well, I like him physically, so we're gonna go there.
Yeah.
But you told him prior to, I want this, I want this, I want this.
Oh, I ain't told him nothing.
Oh, so
What you mean?
So what
you missing
so
that?
I'm missing.
Okay.
I understand. So she's
Got
saying
it.
with the one that just has the physical attraction, she gonna hold all that back.
No, I'm not.
No. She do
With
the
the one-
reverse.
Yeah,
the
it's the
reverse.
reverse.
If she
Yeah.
likes him, if she likes him, she'll hold it back.
Yeah.
If she
gotcha.
don't,
Like 'em.
and it's just,
It's just-
I see what I
yeah.
like, then I'll go for
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, you're adding fuel to the fire for someone else, because if they feel like, you know what, she gave it to me, or we played this game however long, because even if we want to move forward physically, right? Because I was single, did what I, all of the things, but it's like you still give hope to others, even though it was a physical thing for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess. Because you're saying men talk.
Correct.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Correct.
So I'm about
mean,
to play
I
devil's
guess.
advocate though.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm about to. So
Come on,
you
devil.
said that if somebody you really like, you gonna hold back the physical part.
Yeah.
Okay. So my
Oh,
thing
Gina.
is this. So we have a lot of women who say, they have that 90-day rule or something. Listen.
I don't have it.
Wait, no. Just listen, hear me out. I'm playing devil's advocate to what you said. They'll say, they didn't want to wait and all this and had this 90-day rule. So if he doing everything that he is supposed to be doing and everything, you can start to really like that person, have feelings for them. You don't kind of let them in after 90 days, spend some time and stuff like that. So what if you're a person that the physical is a deal breaker for you? So if the hippity dippity is
wow.
whack, I done gave you, again, don't waste my time. If the hippity dippity is whack and I done gave you 90 days, we done been on dates, we done did this, and then I'm like, oh, I'm feeling him and we about to whatever, and it's whack, ghosted.
You're going to ghost them.
Oh, yeah. Like I said.
Like, okay,
Like
so
I said, because
after
if you
how
don't
many
physical,
times? Like after the first
But
time
no,
or the
but-
second? Like, what are we talking
Okay,
here?
so I would say I'm going to give you, well, first of all, I'm just gonna be real out here. I hope
Might
my
as well.
mama.
You
I
grown-
hope my
you
mama
grown.
don't watch
You
it.
grown.
With females, it's a crapshoot. Okay, with and I'm about to with a man, not just putting them in a stereotype. They just need a wet hole.
I mean, so you say.
So I say,
Mhm.
but so does more often than not. With females, it's a crapshoot. You might get the toddler. You might get the mandingo. You might get the one who head move all the time and nothing else.
Oh Lord.
Or somebody who, even if he is a mandingo, he don't know what he's
She
doing
said
with
she
it.
was gonna keep it
I'm
real.
saying,
I'm gonna crunch my pearls, girl. Okay,
Right,
girl.
as we talking,
Is this
as we
enough
talking.
wine for this conversation?
Girl, it's a whole bottle. So I'm just saying, it's a crapshoot. So if the physical, as a female, which a lot of times they don't think females, like, that is in our top, like, we don't care about that. We don't care about the physical. We gonna hold hands. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. We gonna be emotionally available and this and that. But I'm not gonna live with whack hippity dippity. I'm not going to live with that. So I was listening to this poet and I cannot remember her name, but she did this whole poem about, I might give it to you on the first date. I might
Yeah, we have that liberty to do
because I might give it to you for the simple fact if I want to see if I want to get to know you.
That's right.
I want to see if I'm going to like
That's
you
right.
because that is a deal breaker for me.
Because I have something to say.
I don't know. I just, like you said, I would like to know in this hypothetical situation, right? That means after how many times? Because the first time is always, not always. Let me
Not
it
always.
could,
Not
you have-
always.
No. I don't. Let me be clear. I am aware that the first time is not. But a lot of times, right? The first time is like they're excited.
It could be.
It could be. It could
Hit or
go.
miss.
It could go
Yeah.
either way, right?
Okay, so we're gonna give
And
you
so-
we're gonna give you a couple of times.
Okay.
A couple of different
Okay.
scenarios,
Okay.
a couple of, I'm not giving you more than 4, 5.
Okay.
I'm not going that's a
You need the
lot.
process?
No. You could go. You could go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So my thought is this. First of all, you have to be very clear on what your dating expectations are. So with that being said, just because I like you and I feel all the things for you, this new level that we've gone to is a part of dating. But you have to be clear because it's not just regular dating. At this point, in my opinion, it should be we're dating exclusively. Now, when you're dating exclusively, it doesn't mean that I'm yours and you're mine. It means that we're being intentional about each other. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're in that dating realm and it's very clear to both parties, and you're like, you know what, physically we're not working out, then that's something different. But see, I feel like most people don't go the steps of actual dating. Mm-hmm. It's when I get to that point and we have sex, and it's not, because I'm just going to be real, because I can't with the hippity dippity, but we have sex, and then you or I are not feeling what we just encountered, and we done got to number 3, because I'm probably not going to do 4 or 5. I'm just
right.
I'm not going to hold you. But
3 strikes you're out.
Right. If we get there and I'm still like, nah, that's not it. It's okay at that point because you've had genuine conversation and it was open, right? Mm-hmm. But I think that women, it's like once we get there and it's like we can't move past that, it's either we're going 2 ways. We're either going to go the full mile and suffer the consequences. Because women talk to me all the time and be like, oh, I love him so much and it's so wonderful, but it's just not working there. Then you have to understand that that is a part of your pleasure or your relationship standard too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't talk about that enough.
We don't.
That's a part of settling.
Yes.
Like you say, okay, he don't take the garbage out, or he don't do this, or he don't do that. We're very open and vocal about stuff like that and be like, oh, we're going to settle. But
men don't settle for stuff like that.
They don't.
They gonna be like, listen, now they will settle. Don't get me wrong, because I've had men come to me like, she don't do this and she don't do that. But you settled for that, right? But they knew prior to what they actually wanted. But if she checked off like 9 out of 10 boxes, they will literally move forward. So it's not just a us thing. There are men that will literally be married and unhappy in the bedroom. Right? So I think that sometimes women, we think that it's just a us thing, and it's not.
And okay, so then my question to that is, do you think that is a reason why men or women will cheat?
I think that's the reason why anybody will cheat.
That's what I'm saying.
Women will cheat for an emotional disconnect.
Oh, definitely.
It could be great in the bedroom. And if he's not giving you that emotional connection or that intimacy that you're craving, you will cheat. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Because it's something that you're missing. And for us, it's like I've settled on so many levels, right? That now I'm like, boo, like, and you gonna give me this whack sex? Like, are you kidding me? Mm-mm. That's where we're going with that?
And I think people need to realize that is a form of settling for men and women.
Most definitely.
I guess that's all a part when you were saying compromising and stuff. Mm-hmm. I guess that's a part of compromising. What do you want to compromise on?
Yeah, because let me be clear. When I say compromising, I mean, like, we're vocal in this situation. Mm-hmm. We're vocal about what's happening here. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm telling you, I would like more foreplay, or I would like this, I would like that. And there's like, effort being put, like that's compromise to me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And that it was another thing that I was when you were talking about how he was doing this and he was doing that, and then all of a sudden it's like, what happened? To me, consistency and transparency is the key to a lot of relationships.
I love transparency.
Yes.
And honestly, like, I like transparency, like, for real. Like,
yeah.
I didn't call you because this one girl, she texted me and I've been trying to get with her since like last year. Like, I need to know, like, I want to hear that.
Right.
So
I want to hear that.
Can I say this from like, I'm not a man and I can only give limited perspective, but you have a 2-part fold. You have probably 20 women that'll say, I want to hear that, and then go ape shit when they hear it.
Very true.
Right? So
my thing is, like I said, that's, part of being, and honesty. Like, be honest. Don't say you want to hear it so then you can flip out on a man.
Well, but you have, so it's like you as a woman, you may have that standard where you're really okay with it. But if you have 30 other women that he just talked to, that was not okay with it, you have to be sympathetic or empathetic to the fact that he's really not going to be honest.
1,000%. But I can only tell you what I
know.
want.
I agree.
When we're talking about conversing about what we like, what we don't, what works for us, whatever the relationship is, whether it's physical, whether we're dating, quote unquote, because dating is subjective, you know. And so when you're having those conversations, I'm telling you, just from me, right? Let's try to find out.
Try to find out. But see, the thing is,
I don't know.
Can I say this to you? Yeah. What's funny is all a relationship is and or love is trying and finding out.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're going to get your heart broken.
Yeah.
You're going to have, you know, down times. You're going to have like, oh my goodness, I gave my all and it just didn't work out. And the success rate is getting back up to try again.
Yes.
Right? And most people,
that's hard.
It is hard. But it's is it hard? Is it too hard that you want to miss out on what you're looking for? Because you really have to be like, weigh your options. It's like, am I going to let this down just have me down? Or am I going to say, you know what? I'm going to take my losses, get back up, and strive for what I want. Because the reality is that is life. There is nothing in life that you strive for that you're not going to have failure in some form,
including love.
Including love.
And that's a moment I had to have with myself, right? Like so I, again, full transparency, would enter whatever kind of relationship with, he ain't gonna have me great. You know, he ain't gonna have me sad or whatever. That's my first thought going in, right? And so when you talk about transparency and you have to be vulnerable, right? It wasn't until maybe within the past 2 years, I'm like, Arica, you know what? You have to be vulnerable. You're going to experience some hurt before you find that love.
Right.
I was just so hell-bent on not being in a position where I'm all sad. But you are 100% right. It's first you don't succeed, try again.
Another thing is we don't really look at relationships as when you make a mistake, you learn from your mistake.
For sure.
I'm not saying that your relationship is a mistake, but you should use it as a learning
We don't
tool.
reflect.
We don't so when you were talking about it's always them and not you. So just to give you a little backstory on me, I was married for 14 years. My ex-husband and I were together for 4 years, was married for almost 14 years, had kids and, you know, all that stuff. And then we just kind of grew apart. So you know how people can just grow apart or whatever. Like me and him cool now. Like we co-parent the hell out of our kids. I don't have no animosity towards him. He don't have no animosity towards me. So then after that big chunk of time, being in a committed relationship, I was back out here on these streets.
In these streets, girl.
So I met my husband in I'm aging myself again. I met my husband in 1998. We broke up in 2016.
Yeah, totally different vibe. Totally different. Culture shock.
I was like, what is
hit and run?
What is going on? Everybody just, I'm like, dude, people. So
Netflix and chill was popping.
Netflix and chill. And
was it in 2016?
Yes. And then the online dating was coming out. And I'm like, I met my husband the old fashioned way, happy hour at Sensations or Sweetwater or whatever it was in 1998. We was at First Fridays and it was I saw you from across the crowded room. And you know, that's how that happened. So when 2016 comes around and it's like, and people just want to smash or they want to do this and they want to do that. And I'm like, I'm lost. So then I went through a process where I was like, okay, well, I gave this one a chance. And that one ended up being a habitual liar and a cheater. And then I gave another one a chance. And that one, after almost a year, was like, you know what? I'm not built for monogamy. I don't think I'm just a one-woman man. Like, really? So
that's another podcast.
Oh,
girl, that's a whole nother. But while I have Sheena here, I have to give her some props right now.
Thank you, girl.
So after, you know, being married, going through all this, trying to navigate modern dating, February of 2019.
Ooh, girl.
Was it? February of 2019.
Girl, yes.
Pandemic. Sheena held this dating networking thing. So she held this dating thing at the Steer. Yep. It was so females, everybody came in or whatever.
No, it was like 3 men.
3 men and a bunch of females. So, and one of the guys was standing all the way on the other side of the bar by himself, like not talking to anybody or anything. But we all had like red ribbons or something on.
Yes.
Yeah. So I noticed him and I was like, well, why is he all the way over there? So she's like, oh, go talk to I said, is he part of the group? She was like, yeah. So I go over there and I talk to him and we talking and stuff. And he's like, oh, we going back and forth talking. We decided to exchange phone numbers. So we exchanged phone numbers and we kicked it, via text and stuff for a couple of weeks. And it kind of just fizzled out. Fast forward to June of 2024.
Come through June.
Oh, we real fast. We got a real fast forward here. Okay.
Fast forward from February 2019 to 2024.
Oh
June.
no, let's go back.
Where are we going back to?
Our meeting.
Oh, our meeting. So was this was
this
before,
had to be like 20. Was Eden born? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So this was like 21.
This was 21, but it was before I met Mr. I'm Not Built for Monogamy. So Sheena and I got together. She was like, she reached out to me.
Was it lunch? No, it was
no,
dinner.
With dinner. We went to Brick House Tavern.
Brick House, yeah.
She was like, you got to put yourself out here. You got to stop, and I'm like, girl.
Stop hugging people with your boobs because a man had to
Because
tell me that.
Yes,
and she was like, "You're lying."
My brother-in-law told me that.
No,
he was like, "A thing about it is when you hug a man and you go in, you can't." Don't do that. And I was like, "That don't make no sense."
Erica's a hugger, so she looking at you confused.
I'm a big hugger too, but I
have a little discretion when I hug men because of that.
Right.
Sometimes I might give a little.
You gotta hit a side, but people don't pay attention to that. And my brother-in-law was like, "Don't do that. Don't put your. That's you inviting them. You put your boobs on him.
Inviting. She was like, "You're lying." I said, "I'm not."
I'm like,
she was like, She was like, "I'm gonna call my brother-in-law." I was like, "Please do."
And he co-signed it up and down. And she was like, "You have to be cognizant of this and that." And I was like, "All right, okay,"
because we're Libras and we want to hug on everybody.
And it has nothing. And we're natural flirts. It don't have. I don't want you.
We flirt with women, even if we're not attracted.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like we flirt with everybody. Yeah. And it's not even.
Libras are really something else.
It's natural, but we the scale, so we here to balance out the bullshit that everybody else does.
Correct.
So, so we gonna love on everybody. But that doesn't mean I want you or I want your number. I want to go. Don't misconstrue my niceness for I want to get with
I want
you.
Yep.
And that's like, and I noticed that when I was dating someone too, like he was like, "You're always hugging people." Well, you know what? If I was the girl sitting over in the corner, mean mugging with the resting bitch face, you wouldn't have started talking to me.
Correct.
So now you want me to act different and be different with people that I know because me and you are together. That's your problem and your insecurity. I'm not gonna start acting weird with people that I know because you feel like I said I hug men and women. So you intimidated by the women I hug too? But that's a whole nother story.
A whole nother podcast.
Right. So Sheena got together and
we done said about 4 more podcasts.
You writing these down.
It's all taped. Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna hear it.
We're gonna hear it. So we talked and I was like, all right, Sheena. So I listened to her and stuff. So I got with the one person. We was together for almost a year. After that, I was like, listen,
we talked again.
Via
DM and you was like, forget it. I'm done.
I'm done. I told her I was getting a purse dog or becoming a lesbian.
Yep, that's what she said.
I didn't understand what was going on.
She said.
And then, they was like, well, Gina, you can't be a lesbian because there's certain things that you're not going to do. And I was like, well, that's right. I'll be the worst lesbian in the world. So whatever.
Everybody's got their preference even with that.
That's a fact.
No, seriously.
That's a fact. Because you got to touch me not.
Yes.
I really wasn't.
We can have this whole conversation.
We can have a whole nother
podcast.
We done came up with a whole. Yeah. But the thing about it is that I was like, okay. And so then in addition to that, after even speaking to her, I was like, okay, I'm a self-reflect. So I started reaching out because I'm one of those people that are still friends with their exes. Like I have one ex that I just will not speak to because he's the scum of the fucking earth. Excuse my English. But that's what he is.
That, right?
Yeah, we're keeping that. Okay?
You want all of that.
I love vulgarity.
Right. So he's the only ex. So I was like reaching out to some of my exes. It's like, what is wrong with me? Like,
didn't I tell you to do? I think that was an assignment that I gave you, and I said reach out and ask them how they view
right.
you.
So I did, and they was like, girl, ain't nothing wrong with you. And they all had the same consensus that there is nothing wrong with you. It's just the men that you are giving your time to that is the problem. Because they was like, okay, so tell me the scenario. And like I said, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. I said, I did X, Y, Z. He did this, blah, 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 blah. It's like, it ain't you. It is not. And I'm talking about exes back before I got married and
Mhm.
stuff like that I'm still cool with. And I was like, what is happening? And so they was like, no, it ain't you. And then I also have a male best friend. I reached, and then that's a whole nother podcast as well. But I have a male best
No,
friend.
it is for real.
It
No.
is. It's for real. And I was like, so, what? He's like, it ain't you. It's not you. I said, okay. So I let it go. And I had came to the conclusion. I said, you know what? I'm going to be okay and happy if I'm single for the rest of my life. I'm going to get my purse dog.
Yep, that's what
I'm
you
going to raise
said.
my
Yep, you said that to
kids.
me
I'm
too.
going to raise my boys. I'm going to, get my purse dog. Me and my purse dog going to be a companion. Da, 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 da. So I'm just like, la, 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 skipping around like, oh, whatever. June 2024. We go to Afrobeats. Actually, it was Jamil's event. It was Jamil's event. We was at Afrobeats.
Big stuff.
Afrobeats.
Come on.
Yes. Yes. It was June 23rd, 2024. Afrobeats. It was so much fun. We had such a good time. So I'm walking and this guy says, hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey. And I'm just going on about my business, whatever. So then we sitting up in VIP because Jamil always got some VIP section. That's where I want to be. So we in the VIP and I see him talking to my sister. And I was like, this dude looks so familiar. I'm like, he looks so familiar to me. And I could not place where I knew him from. But he's talking to my sister. And so I go over because I'm very protective of her. And I'm like, oh, I got you a drink, da 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 da. And I was, looking at him like, what are you talking to my sister for? She was like, we work together, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, okay, cool. So he was looking at me, we started dancing, talking, all this different kind of stuff, whatever. And he was like, the event was starting to wind down or whatever. He's like, well, do you mind if I get your phone number? And I was like, you know what? I said, I swear I know you from somewhere. I said, I bet you if you look in your phone, my phone number is in your phone.
And it was in there.
His phone, he did. He started typing my name in because we all know my Genia is Genia, and there's only one. And my phone number was in his phone. My whole government name at that was in his phone. He was like, what? I don't understand.
Come on.
So then I was like, call me. So he called me. His whole government, his phone number was in my phone.
And your phone.
And my phone. So I'm like, what is going on? Now, I'm one of those people, because I am a Libra. We keep receipts.
Receipts, honey.
I got 999 million text messages and I will not delete them. So when he called, I went and I was like, we got text messages. And I'm showing him the text messages. And I was like, you know what?
So you both had forgotten
that we, yes.
Yep.
Because it was 5 years and some change later. We met in February of 2019 at Sheena's thing. And I was like, you know what? And it clicked on me when I started reading the text messages. I was like, we met at Sheena's thing at the Steer. He was like, what? I said, yeah. We met.
Yeah.
That's where we met.
That makes me feel so
And he was like, yo, I remember that. So we started talking, honey, June 23rd, 2024 till today. Almost 9 months later, and we've been attached by the hip ever since. By the
hip. Yep.
And when I say attached by the hip, I mean attached by the hip ever since.
So this is why, can I just jump right in to say this is why you end a situation at least cordially, right?
Yeah,
because
for sure.
It's not always about the person. It could just be the timing.
And that is exactly.
It could just be the timing.
That
it
is
just,
exactly.
You just weren't.
I told when we started talking, I was like, you wasn't ready.
Can I tell you what's funny?
I said you wasn't ready.
Let me tell you what's funny. Me and Greg met in 2019. We got pictures together, standing side by side at a Dennis event because we met at Oak Room. Shout out to Dennis.
Prior to you meeting.
So, yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Literally in the picture, I don't know how this picture came to be. I think Dennis sent me a picture, and it had. I'm like standing right here. Greg is like right here. And we're literally in the same picture. We just weren't taking the picture together. And we were at an upscale event and we were at the Good Life. And usually for Dennis
Not
events.
the Good Life.
That's a Good Life.
Woo! Okay. And usually.
Ooh, child, that's
at
a
the Good
barbershop
Life,
now.
Honey, at the Good Life, what usually happens is I was always behind the bar. So this one night, I don't know how, where, what, I was on the other side of the bar. And I'm literally, it was Greg, it was me and it was Greg. And we both are looking in two different directions, but we're standing like side by side.
That's
craziness.
Crazy. But the thing about it is that it's funny that you say that because we were at the Zeta's anniversary party last year.
Okay.
And I didn't go this year because I had something else to go, but he went. So we were talking. I was like, oh yeah, we went to that last year. It is a picture. And he's 2 pictures and he's in the background of the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I'm like in the foreground with taking pictures with people,
Somebody,
stuff like
he's
that.
in the
Some people,
background.
whatever.
Wow.
He is. You can see him playing. I was showing him the picture. I said, "See, we went to the thing." He's like, "Is that me?" And I was like, "Yo, that is you." That's
so
crazy.
full circle on. Stop always thinking it's them. Sometimes it is you, or
Mhm.
vice versa. Like,
Yep.
like just because you have had some kind of interaction with people doesn't mean that they can't grow.
Exactly.
Or you can't grow.
And that's what we both have said since I was like, in 2019, I think I was probably ready because I was ready. Like what I said, but he was like, you know what? And he's like, if anybody else had said that to me, I probably would have took offense to it. He said, but you're right. For you, I wasn't ready.
There it is.
He was like, I was not ready. He said, I done been through some healing and I done did some stuff and everything.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's probably why it fizzled out. Not like,
yeah.
there was no
there's
strife, no, animosity, no nastiness.
We ain't got
No, it
nothing.
wasn't.
Just
It
a
just
fizzle.
It just fizzled out.
Just let me leave her alone.
Yeah,
You know
like,
what I
listen,
mean?
she ain't in my league right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Let me go about
But
my
now,
business.
Attached by the hip, 9 months.
That's
Like,
beautiful. I love
yes.
it.
Now,
Yeah.
he still said I can get a purse dog though.
Oh gosh.
Well, I mean, the two can coexist.
They can.
They can. So I'm gonna have my man and my purse dog. Whatever.
Hello. Abundance.
Hello.
Hello.
Overflow. Come
Overflow.
on. Come on.
Okay, so I have a question. So when we talk about singlehood and finding sanity, okay, those do go hand to hand. So let's talk about the joy of singlehood versus the external pressure and being in a relationship. And I'm gonna go back to what you said. I'm 41 and I'm single, which is a thing. I don't think it's a thing, but but it is to society,
Right.
that whatever. So I think singlehood has a joy in it, don't you?
It's been too long. I'm over it. I'm being very transparent.
No, I get it.
I do solo trips. I take myself out to eat. I'm at the movies. I'm at plays. I'm at concerts. This is what I do for me, right? So I found the joy. Okay, Lord, let's go. So it's like doing those things like Valentine's Day, just was last month or whatever. Everybody's like, "Oh, take yourself out." I done been doing that for the longest time.
You know what you want
You
now.
sick of
I
it
know
now.
what I want.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. I mean, I hate to say that, but that's the truth. Like I found the joy. I've had fun, and I realize that a lot of choices I make are contribute to why I'm in this this realm of singlehood now. But the joy, you'll find it. It's whoever you newly single, you'll find it. Good for you. It's been a long time.
You over it.
And
But the thing about it is a lot of people don't enjoy their own company. Like you said, you take yourself.
No, I do.
So
love my company.
if you're newly single and
Real
not
bad.
over it yet, you need to enjoy your own company.
For
Like you
sure.
said, take yourself out, and that's all part of self-care. Like even in your relationship, sometimes you might
most
you
definitely.
have
you
to.
might want to go somewhere by
you-
yourself and
not
take
a
yourself
might.
out.
Not
You
a might.
should.
You definitely should.
You should have date night with your mate and date night with
By
yourself.
yourself.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like it's not all when you're in a
Absolutely.
relationship, it's not all consuming where you that's the only outlet that you have. Like back in the day, they used to always say when your friend get a boyfriend, she forget about you and stuff. No, honey, I still need my girls.
You have
Yeah.
I need
it
them.
may
may not be as
unhealthy.
consistent,
Yeah,
but
right.
yeah.
I still need
Right.
them.
And consistency, that's subjective, right? Because it can be consistent. It don't have to be as how we
Frequent.
just
Yeah,
we
every
get
Wednesday,
together.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Right.
Now it might
And
be
we
every
just,
Friday.
you know,
it used to be
dwelling
Thursday,
at
Friday,
each other's
Thursday,
houses.
Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, girls'
Yeah.
night goes on for hours.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not happening. But
Correct.
yeah, we're gonna have our girls' night, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe we don't talk for 3 hours when we get home, but
Right.
we're gonna touch base.
Yeah.
So you
yeah.
can still have that
It's a
healthy
different form of
connection. It's
consistency.
just
It is.
you know,
need to, you
I
still
agree
need
with
to
that.
and that's the thing. A lot of people get lost in their mate. Just like we were saying, like a lot of women like what they man. Like you can't get lost in
Yeah,
your
no.
I
mate
completely
and
agree with
lose
that.
yourself.
Yeah.
You still need to have a piece of yourself. Even when you're single, you still need to instill in yourself.
for sure.
Can I say I definitely believe that women we have a struggle with the division. Like how do I adequately give myself enough to this? or that,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I find a lot of women who are very self-aware or mothers or very intentional find it very hard to do multiple things, right? So like I have a friend who's just like, I want to be the Harriet Tubman of today, but I'm a mom, so she restricts herself, right? Yeah. I find a lot of women.
Put that baby on your hip and go ahead, girl.
I find a lot of women who engulf themselves in their relationship. And so I could be your friend, but you have to come to me now, right? So it's like little things that change for people, or even women who you get in a relationship and then they allow themselves to fall off because it's like, oh no, she doesn't have the time for me now.
Yeah,
right?
now
Because
I have been going through that with my girls.
You definitely
because
get that.
Number one, like I said, I was single for so long. Number two, they done seen the tomfoolery and shenanigans that has been dating in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And so now they're so ecstatic and so happy for me that I finally, got someone in my life that they kind of just like, I'd be like, well, why y'all ain't asked me
because
if I wanted to go?
Because you also have to realize
those
that
are good friends.
We forget that relationships are not just our romantic ones.
Right.
And so you know what it is to be in a relationship because you have a relationship with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get a romantic relationship, most times, there is a grace period where you need to find the flow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's you nourishing your romantic one, but it's also your friends allowing you that time to grow into that romantic one, right?
Yeah.
But then also sometimes people will turn it on to themselves and it's a reflection and it's like, now I'm jealous. And I'd hate using the word jealous, but it's like, I love this for you, but I'm mad that I don't have it. Because you also get that. Like, it's a very real thing.
Girl, that's giving me Joan Clayton.
And it's not even something that's intentional.
She was the problem. Can I just say that?
Joan Clayton. She giving me Joan Clayton.
Was the problem. And Carrie was the problem. We want to go back. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
it's very real. And I just want to say that. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you like, well, where we at? Because I still need a moment, right? I still need my girl energy. And then your girls is like, no, you're in a relationship now. I don't want to be around with the relationship things or, So it is very real. And I myself experienced that. I lost relationships or friendships based off of just being in a relationship.
I also have a different perspective. I hate to say devil's advocate because who wants to advocate for him? But,
right.
But a different perspective.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Someone who is a friend, right? And has a friend that's in a relationship. Sometimes it's hard to hear no from your friends, right? Especially when I've had you to myself all this time,
I
right?
agree with that.
And so, no, I might not reach out. Yeah, I will attribute it to because you have a man and we're going to let you be. However, I really just don't want to hear you tell me no. That's another perspective.
That's very valid.
That's very valid.
And that's real as well.
Yeah,
so
and I'm
that's
a brat, so I don't
at.
want anybody to tell me.
Me
No,
neither.
I don't
So
care
I'm not
who
even
it
gonna hold
is.
you.
I'm not gonna
Like you tell me no,
it.
like I am okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't
So,
like it, but
I got some rapid fire real quick because I'm getting to wrap it up. So
Okay.
I have red flag or green flag. Okay, they refuse to post you on social media after months of dating. Red flag or green flag?
Green flag.
I think it's a green flag. I think it depends on what the conversation is, because if y'all had a conversation prior to, like, let's keep our relationship together, because I personally tell my clients, if you're getting in a relationship, it's a time to post on social media.
Yep.
Because social media is going to drag you.
It is.
They don't want to see you happy.
Nope.
Oh,
And
he was in my DM
listen.
just 2 months ago. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Like, this man has moved on. He doing what he needing to do.
Right.
Whatever. So
Right.
yeah, I think it's a green flag.
They talk about their ex on the first date. Red flag, green flag.
I think it's a green flag because he's giving you some insight, but it's of how much he talks about his ex.
Okay.
If it's a constant reflection, like, oh, because when me and such was together, or if he's comparing everything to his ex, because I have one of those, that could be definitely a red flag.
I'm gonna say red, just in general, and I what I really hate is people talking about their like baby mamas, like in a negative way. So that's with an ex, and that's such a red flag to me.
I get that.
So mostly red flag, yeah.
Okay, they introduce you to their friends and family early on. Red or green?
That's a red flag.
You think so?
Yes.
Like Troy and Waiting to Exhale.
You know I'm done. My mama.
So we live in Buffalo.
Nope.
So
My
you
mama ain't
might
know.
already know. What if you already know them?
That's one thing.
We
That's
do
one
have
thing.
2 degrees of
Or
separation
2 degrees
here.
of separation.
It's
I
not
agree.
6.
Or because you know so and so and so and so. So let's just do this together. I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. It depends.
It
Depends.
The reason why I'm gonna say it's a red flag because it can be accompanied with love bombing.
Of course,
Because you know my people.
That's extreme love bombing.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Let's go. Let's do all of the things because we already know each other. Let's speed it up. No.
Okay, one more. They disappear for hours, then text, fell asleep every time.
Girl, red
Not
flag.
every time.
Red
Every
flag.
time.
Red flag.
Red flag.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Real quick, one piece of dating advice.
Oof. One Piece.
One piece.
Girl.
One piece.
I would say One Piece. Okay. I would say understanding that you're dealing with a person. We too often feel like my thoughts, my feelings, how I feel, what I want. And we don't think about or listen to the other person's perspective. Like, just like you're putting yourself out there, this person is putting themselves out there too.
True.
So you have to be very mindful that you're dating a human.
Mhm.
If you want a robot, there is the rose. But you got to be very
Erica.
real. You got to be very real.
We're not talking, Erica.
Y'all coming with that rose.
I don't have no rose.
Because the rose, let me not, that's a whole nother podcast.
You know what? One piece of dating advice.
One piece of dating advice. I mean, I would say in a nutshell, guard your heart, but not too much. That's what I would say. Guard your heart, but not too much.
Like, have a balance about
Yeah,
it.
have
Right.
a balance.
Right. I
Have a
understand
balance.
that.
Have a
Okay.
balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all.
So, well, thank you guys so much.
Thank
We
you
could
for
probably
having
go
me.
on for
Oh,
this.
yeah,
Might I
we
might have to
definitely
turn this
can.
into a 2-parter or something.
Most definitely.
But Sheena, you want to give your social media and contact and stuff?
Girl, I gotta think about my social media.
It's the dating coach.
It sure is. It's
the-
dating coach Sheena. Thank you. 'Cause I feel like I'm in the process of changing it just so it's Sheena R. Felder. So,
Okay.
but yeah, look at either one on
Look at
on Facebook, Instagram. I
Okay.
don't use nothing else because social media it's hard to navigate. But you know, all of the things.
Erica, please with S. I can't even. Please.
What's your social media? I'll give my personal.
No,
It's
give your-
no, I'm gonna give both.
Okay, give your person because she is cute.
Erica
so.
that on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm on the TikTok as well.
You better be on
She
that.
on the
TikTok
TikTok.
too.
She on the
I-
TikTok.
I have 2 TikToks up.
Look at
I
you.
sure do.
Come on with the tickety top.
And,
Let's go.
My business is side by side planning.
And then
then
side by side,
side X side planning.
Yep.
LLC on Instagram and side by side planning on Facebook.
And like I said, she is part of the team that's bringing the
Janae Blanc.
Yes,
Janae
to
Blanc.
Buffalo and.
Can you tell more about that?
Oh, okay. So if you don't know about it, you need to Google it, YouTube it. It's a not national, a worldwide thing. It started in Paris. So it started in Paris, and it's like a huge picnic.
Yes,
Basically,
it's a
I have
picnic.
attended it,
It's a
and
fancy
it's a fancy
picnic.
You
You're gonna
put
wear
your
your
white
beautiful
on,
white
yep, and your
get your
fascinators.
We're gonna be
I went to the one.
beautiful.
I've been to the one in
Seen that.
Greenville, so I've been to the one in Greenville.
Okay.
And that was my first experience, but I can't wait to do it here. And I'm doing VIP, so make sure that as soon as VIP come
Beautiful.
available, I gotta do it because I'm girl. I need my VIP ticket quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
Thank you guys so much.
Great conversation.
Please like and subscribe to WINOS. We are on Facebook, Instagram. I'm not sure if I'm on the Tickety Talk or not, but please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And for our next episode, we touched on this a little bit. We're talking about the importance of friendship, building strong bonds with women, men, and everything in between.
I love
So
that.
tune in for that. Thank you guys so much. And we do like the Kim Crawford Rosé.
Mine is gone.
Add
Very
that-
cute.
Add that to your
Cutesy.
summer list. Cheers.
Cheers.